My name is Dr. Rachel Jean-Baptiste, and I'm Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at King. And I like to think of my 2+ decades in education as being really dedicated to blowing open the doors of access to high quality of education to a really wide audience. So diversity just means representation. Representation across all walks of life, gender identity, race, socioeconomics, belief, etc. Equity means giving people the very tools that they need to succeed. So it's about fairness, not providing equality, which is the same thing for everyone, but giving everyone access to what they need to succeed and achieve self-realization. And inclusion, DEI directors often use this kind of party metaphor, that inclusion means that when someone is invited to the party, everyone plays a role. So what it means is when you walk into a space, you feel like it's home, you feel like you belong, you see yourself, you feel respected, seen, and heard. And those are the foundations that lead to greater academic success and greater long-term success in life. So DEI at King is something that goes across the school, so thinking about a K-12 school in age-appropriate ways. So for example, for students, this means for upper school students, in terms of being able to attend some national events, such as the Student Leadership Diversity Conference, which is the largest conference presented by the National Association of Independent Schools. It means that when students get together outside of the classroom, we have affinity groups to provide opportunities for students who are underrepresented in one way or the other to feel like they have a safe space and can connect with each other. And it also means that in the classroom, in the curriculum, let's say you're taking an English class, you're going to read about authors that go across the globe and across the very demographic sectors of our country. In the middle school, it may mean something like their inclusion ambassadors that are elected, who put on events, such as some middle school students did a make your own snowman, in terms of, again, students drawing and presenting themselves as they seem. And in the lower school, that may mean something like the Global Fair, where students get to bring their cultures to the classroom, and that when you walk into a lower school classroom, you see books of pictures and images of families and children, again, that just kind of hit all the broad demographic specters. So DEI at King is not just something where it's one person. I really believe in this idea of cultural competence or cross-cultural competence, which many CEOs say is one of the skills, most important skills for people to have. And that means the ability to work, learn, and communicate across cultures. So in addition to myself, there are DEI coordinators. There are 6 of them, one for the lower school, one for the middle school, and because the upper school has more disciplines, a math person, a science person, as well as humanities and social sciences, as well as a DEI coordinator in athletics. And the role of these coordinators is to plan programming, curricular initiatives that is age appropriate. And also, in addition to both myself and the DEI coordinators, I also believe that cross-cultural competence is something that each and every single faculty should have. So I could also say that this is a really school-wide effort. You know, I do this work, it has a lot to do with my own personal background and how I was raised. So I should just say that I'm a first-generation American. I'm from Haiti, which is something I'm extremely proud of. And I remember through most of my childhood, my parents always saying to me that school and education was the pathway towards a better life, towards being able to provide for oneself. And I really kind of absorbed that. And it was really true for me. So I do this work because I want every child to have the opportunity to really achieve and become the best that they can be, and also to problem solve in really complex problems. So I have a true passion for this. This is a true calling for me, and it's also about excellence. So I truly believe academic excellence is inclusive excellence, and without that, we won't be able to solve what are the most challenging problems of the 21st century.